Alright, Shalom. First of all, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on a car crash that resulted in one person dead and two seriously injured. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says one person was killed and two others were seriously injured in a two-vehicle crash in LeMay, Missouri, Thursday morning. The crash happened near the intersection of Geneva and Kingston Drives in St. Louis County at around 7:45 a.m. According to Jason Bryce with the LeMay Fire Protection District, one of the drivers was thrown from their car and pronounced dead at the scene of the crash. A passenger in that vehicle and the driver of the second vehicle were both rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. First responders have not said what led up to the crash. Yeah, so that's some absolutely heavy judgment from the Lord. Zephaniah 3 and 5, the just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And that's right, the Heavenly Father is in the midst of all judgments that take place. Car crashes, hit and runs, shootings, stabbings. Someone drowns. Someone dies in a fire. The fire itself is the work of the Lord. The storms and tempests, the earthquakes, animal attacks. All of these things are the judgments of the Heavenly Father. So this car crash that took place, that resulted in one person dead and two people seriously injured, that was completely the work of the Lord. The Lord set that whole situation up. He set it in motion, and it played out exactly how he wanted it to. Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hegion Selah. And the Heavenly Father is known by his judgments. He's known to those of us of the hopeful elect by his judgments. And the rest of the world is about to know him by his judgments. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And, getting into a car crash in and of itself is a scary situation. But when that crash is severe enough for someone to be thrown from the vehicle, that was the anger of the Lord right there. Because that if it was just a light tap, nobody would have got hurt, and certainly nobody would have died. It had to be severe enough of a crash for somebody to get thrown from the vehicle. And this is the anger of the Lord towards these wicked people being put on display, being brought to light. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's right. And every day, through his judgments, the Lord kills and wounds wicked people. And this article, the article that I read, was a prime example of that. 1 Samuel 2:6, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yeah, so for all the people out here that don't think the Lord kills people, the Lord is in control of life and death. The Lord is not soft like a lot of people think he is. A lot of people think that the Lord just loves everybody and he turns a blind eye to people's wickedness and, that nonsense that, oh, the Lord hates the sin but loves the sinner. All of that just craziness that people say. Meanwhile, the Lord is out here killing people through very severe judgments. Like, the Lord is not messing around. And these wicked people, these wicked, simple-minded people, they're going to continue to learn the hard way that the Lord is not who they were told that he is up in these harlot houses. Job 4:7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent. And in the article that I read, the one person who died was the person who got ejected from the vehicle in that crash. Clearly, they were not innocent. The fact that the Lord brought such a heavy judgment upon them, they were not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 8, even as I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that is basically the time and season that we are in. All of these wicked people reaping what they've sown, being punished for their wickedness, being punished for constantly provoking the Lord unto wrath. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for that one person, it was their time to die. And there was nothing that could have been done to prevent that judgment from happening. Once the Lord makes up his mind and decides how he wants things to play out, that's exactly how it's going to play out. And there's nobody on earth or in heaven that can stop that. The Lord's will continue to be done on earth as it is in heaven. Because as I've been saying and will continue to say, the Heavenly Father Yahweh is the one calling the shots. He's the one pulling the strings. He's the one making things happen. People down here, us humans here on earth, we're not in control of anything. The Heavenly Father is the one who's in control. He always has been in control. He always will be in control. And like I said, these people, these wicked, simple-minded people, they're going to learn who the Lord is. And he is a complete 180 from who they've been lied to about who he is. The Lord does get angry. The Lord does hate. The Lord kills. And the Lord is not as one-sided as people have been told. especially up in these harlot houses, aka these churches. And the Lord, he's been burning down more and more of these so-called churches because he's not in there. He does not dwell in temples made with hands. The scriptures tell you that, and that in itself just proves that these Christians, they don't read the scriptures. Because if they did, then they'd know that the Lord does not dwell in temples made with hands, which means they'd not be going up in those buildings. You know, these wicked, simple-minded people just constantly give the Lord reasons to bring judgment upon them. And that's what the Lord is going to continue to do. And some of those judgments will manifest in the form of these horrific car crashes. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakudash, the water Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.